right, everybody. So Wendy Williams has finally spoken out about the passing of her mother. And what she has to say in this video is making reference to, in the name of her mother, she's giving her mom credit for her long, lanky legs. Also, she addresses her bosses. I don't believe we're any longer her friend in her head. Now we're her bosses, the ones who tell her how to wear her clothes, what to wear, because she makes mention of having long shorts on, whatever it was she was wearing. And she also says that her mom picked out the outfit she was wearing in this interview. I do apologize, I don't have footage of that interview or her speaking out, but thank God we have the audio, right? So Wendy also goes on to say, she dropped a bombshell after addressing her mom, the bosses, talking about her legs. She said, "My mom died." Now that's the only thing I had kind of not like a little in my heart about, right? I was expecting her to say, "And yep, you guys, my mom passed away." But she dropped the bombshell and just came out of nowhere and said, "My mom died." And she says many weeks ago. And then she begins to explain or blame it on C-19 for her bosses and fans such as us, such as ourselves, such as me, such as you and I, for not knowing a lot sooner. Because when she says many weeks ago and mentioned COVID, I hope not, back in March somewhere, when she said many weeks turns into months and months turns into years. And we all do understand with Hollywood taping and television shows, you can air as many as you need be, and we may have still been seeing mom on television when she has probably expired already. I'm just asking. Let me know what you guys think down below. So anyway, Wendy goes on to say, she kind of states it was long ago. She really emphasizes that, you all. She makes mention of her siblings and each one of them, Wanda and Thomas, having different relationships with their parents, each one respectfully. She says they were close. She says she was closely surrounded by loved ones and at the time of her passing. And she also goes on, y'all, what I thought was really cute. I actually thought it was her mother. She mimics her mother's squawking voice. I was like, wow. So Wendy definitely sounds like her mom when she wants to, guys. And she also makes mention that the relationship her and her mom has somewhere going out to college became more close, because as long as there's two queens living in the same household, there's going to be war on the front lines, right? So anyway, Wendy said it wasn't until she went to college that she was able to really have a good relationship with her mother. And if I didn't mention, she says that her mom loves to get her nails done. They're like 17-year-old teens. They watch movies. They talked about the movies Wendy was forced to watch, like Frosty the Snowman when she was growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like most of us, right? She talked about her parents being together, married over 60-something plus years, 67, I believe, but married for 65. She talks about the church, how she's Baptist, and how she'll pull out that's right, folks, the tambourine. She talks about her dad wanting a ham hock, not supposed to having it. And basically she goes on to say, y'all, let my dad eat whatever he wants at 89. And you got to remember, her mom was 83 upon her passing, right? And then Wendy goes on to say something that was very, again, just a little alarming when it comes to death and how we treat it and or not, or the lack thereof. She says her son Kelvin Jr., I believe, does not understand or know or can accept death. And it may be very hard for him. And that's something I would love to encourage our community to get more educated on and understanding of, because it's one of the beautiful transitions in life that any of us can have when we go back to the bosom of the Father, right? So also, please let me know your thoughts down below, and don't forget to subscribe, hit that like bell to be notified when I go upload live and or premiere, and have yourself a merry little Christmas and a blessed day in the Lord. Shalom.
To all of my bosses, I am wearing very long shorts underneath. It's just that in the name of my mother, because my mother, she's like, Wendy, you got them, they're long, you show them. She also talked me into picking out this outfit today. She's also died. Yeah. My mom passed away many weeks ago. You know how during Corona, during the world topsy-turvy, people starving, people out of jobs, just everybody's life is something new. Well, and you know how you lose track of the day and date and the times? All I know is that it was a long time ago. And me and the five of us, mom, dad, my siblings and me, the five of us, because she'll always be here. She's squawking at me right now. She's pissed because I requested confetti cannon, and because that's what she wanted. Anyway, my mom and our relationship became closer and closer once I went away to college, could escape, Jersey. And it became closer and closer and closer to the point where, first of all, she passed away beautiful and peacefully and surrounded by love. And she didn't suffer, not one bit, thank goodness, because that squawking voice, Wendy. And our relationship was like that of two teenage girls, 17. If I could pick an age, 17. And we talked about, you know how if you have siblings, you each have different relationships with your mom and your dad. No relationship is the same. And I don't know about my brother and my sisters. Like, we don't talk about what our relationship is like with our dad. Good morning, Daddy. You too, Mom. Hi, Juan. Hi, Tom. But, my relationship with my mother, right up till the end, was so girly and so ridiculously giggly. And so, like she said to me, Wendy, the girls went down to the shop and brought up all of the press-on nails. And I pressed them on. And Wendy, if one pops off, I open up another package and press another one on. We would do our nails together, me, clipping, and then we'd watch like Housewives or American Greed on TV together. Like, she was never into the crime shows like me. And she's like, oh my gosh, this is like real life. I was like, exactly, Mom. And we'd watch a Hallmark movie, a Hallmark movie. I'm not into Suzanne, but I would humor her. And the old Frosty the Snowman, Charlie Brown and the Simple Tree, like we'd watch all that kind of stuff. And she was like, Wendy, this is what you used to watch when you were young. I was like, Mom, that's because it was your household and you made us. I didn't want to watch that. And then sometimes we'd be on the phone for so long that we would literally fall asleep with the phones right here. And then I'd wake up to, Wendy? Huh, Mom? Oh, well, are we still doing our nails? She said, yeah. Or she'd wake up to me saying, Mom. And then it was like, what are you eating? Where are you going? What are you doing? It's just a thing. So, Dawn is the best mother, the best girlfriend that a girl could ever have. And I feel fortunate that I had her in my life all of my 56 years because, people in my age bracket, many of you, throughout the years, even through radio times, it's like, you're really lucky to have your mom and dad, like, together in a happy marriage. 65 years together in the marriage. And maybe 2 others before. But 65 in the marriage. And people be like, you're really lucky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
To have, the conversations. And I would, like, my mom and dad were part of my radio conversation. And for those of you who follow me long enough, you know how much my mom and dad meant to me. And my family, you know what I mean? So for me, my thing is, I gotta be strong for my son. Because this is his first death. Like, he does not know death. He's 20. He does not know death. He does not know anything about this. I mean, he knows about it. He knows his grandmother has passed away. But he doesn't know this in his life. So if I get on the phone and I'm breaking down and hooping and hollering and rolling around on the ground, I'm Baptist, so we do all that. Pull out a tambourine, but if I do all that to him, then he's going to be worried about me. And if he worries about me, then he's going to be worried about then his grandfather, and then his aunt, and then he's going to be worried about everybody in the family and question maybe he's not acting right. You know what I mean? So in the name of my mother, she didn't want flowers. She doesn't want, if you know my mother, just know this. Please send no flowers. Unless you're going to send the kind that we both agreed we love the most. You know those flowers that last for a year? In the box. Well, if you send her those, perfect. You don't have to water them. So that means that Tom, he doesn't have to water anything. My father's not really good with the plants, you know what I mean? But he's doing well, because we, as the children, we rely on our father. Like, we're going only by his direction. What do you want? What would you like? How do you want? And the 3 of us as siblings, we get together on the phone, and then we call him up on the phone after we've already had a conversation about, like, whatever he wants. Does he want to go to the beach and walk around today? Does he want to, have eggs and, a ham hock for breakfast? He's not really supposed to eat that, but mark it down on the calendar so that he won't have another one for a year. But why can't he enjoy his life at 89 years old?